Habari Gani, Mainduga na Dada. My brothers and sisters, I have to sound a little harsh this morning to get the truth over to you. I'll reveal it to you, rather, and hopefully you will take that in, analyze it critically, and act on it. Now listen, we don't have our right mind, black people, especially those black people who are the descendant of the people who served as chattel slaves in the United States and worked from sunup to sundown daily without any pay for their work. They amassed many millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. But they could not use it. It was their wealth, earned by their labor, their sweat, their blood, and their tears. But it was taken from them. So instead of the black man, the black woman, African man, African woman within the United States of America receiving that wealth from their ancestors. This is the way it's done all over the world for everybody else. Whatever the ancestors amass is passed on down to their descendants. Now listen, black people, here's a pertinent question that must confront you at every moment of your awakening life. Where is the wealth our ancestors produced? Why was it not passed on down to us? If it had been, we'd be a wealthy nation of people, black people. Do you hear me? Let me tell you where our wealth is. Our wealth is in the hands of the children of the slave masters. It's in the banks, financial institutions, and other corporations that were set up by the masters and their descendants. They have our wealth and they are making more wealth off of it while we have to beg them for inappropriate health care, food. Listen to me now. And when they hire us at a cheaper level than they hire the white boy and the white girl. Listen to me now. Black people, you have to make this foremost in your thinking. You have to make this your goal. What is that you're talking about, Abu Amin Ra? I'm talking about having them to return your wealth to you. It has been calculated and estimated after careful research, not this time by black researchers and historians, but white historians and researchers and economists and people of this nature. We need our monies, our wealth, and we want it back. Don't piecemeal me, giving me food stamps and a Social Security check that isn't worth too much of anything once a month. Listen, black man and black woman, think about this now. Put on your thinking cap. We have at our disposal that was passed on down to us right now what this government owes us and took from us and are sitting on it right now and refuse to dispense it to us. We have approximately $1.5 million in resources that are due us, that are owed us, that were taken from us, and has that value right now in the market. Think about it. Every black man and woman who was born in the United States of America, and that our ancestors were born here. Listen, and the ancestors suffered slavery here, chattel enslavement here. Listen, we must grow enough courage to tell this government and its people who have been exploiting us ever since we landed here back in the 15th century. Y'all don't hear me? This country was built on our backs. And then our wealth was stolen from us. And they're still sitting on it and refuse to give it to us. They've refused to give it to us because they know we are a bunch of cowards. We don't have, as Mr. Farrakhan phrased it, testicular fortitude. But we got to grow some balls or whatever it takes and demand our wealth, and we won't have to be a race of beggars. You hear me, black man, black woman? We have wealth now valued at $1.5 million for each black man and black woman. And they stole it from us. But they still have it. And we can get it if we know how to get it. And we are determined to get it. We don't have to be anybody's patsies and bootlickers. We are wealthy people. Somebody else is just sitting on our wealth. Now listen, all they got to do, or we have to force them to do, or convince them to do, or whatever you want to call it, convince them, force them to return what they stole from us, our wealth. I'm talking about enough wealth that caused the rise of capitalism. You don't hear me? Wake up, black people. Stop talking about you don't want reparations. Do you know what reparations are? Repair. They owe each and every black person born in the United States of America $1.5 million in resources, plus health care to heal what they broke in them, and they are still suffering from, or we are still suffering from. Physical brokenness, spiritual brokenness, mental brokenness, and every other kind of imaginable brokenness we suffer. That's what they owe us. They need to return what they stole from us, our wealth, and fix what they broke in us. Free health care for 2 or 3 generations. Do you hear me? Black people, if you want anything else, you listen to me. Are you as dumb as you act sometimes? You'd rather have somebody giving you a little pittance because you love them and you forgive them when they have your wealth and are sitting on it right now and you have to beg them for a bologna sandwich. Wake up, black man. Wake up, black woman. Let's demand them to return what they stole from us, our wealth, which equal $1.5 million in resources for each and every black person today in the United States of America. And free health care for 2 or 3 generations. Black man, it's yours. You're not begging. This is what your ancestors earned and they stole from them. It's your wealth. By the law of inheritance, whatever the ancestors made, whatever they produced, whatever wealth they accumulated is passed on down through their descendants. But the white man and the white woman stole our inheritance, our wealth, and used it for themselves and their descendants. Wake up, Black man and black woman, you're not dumb. You're just asleep. Your mind is still covered in darkness. But I hope this video pulls a little bit of it off, okay? Once again, y'all know, my brothers and sisters, think about it. It ain't begging for nothing. Think about what they owe us. If you give it up, you deserve what your hand gets from them. Once again, y'all, peace and hotep to you.